Um, what are basic like money and living expectation things for your contract? Like, I know a lot of people watching this might not know anything about overseas, but what type of money as an overseas basketball player or living setup do they give you guys?
You definitely like I've had an agent kind of put me on some game about this before one of my contracts, but like you definitely want to get a washer and dryer. I know it sounds basic, but you definitely want to have that shit in your contract because they will not give you a washer or dryer. I know dudes that have been in some situations. One of my years I played, we had a washer machine, but we didn't have a dryer, and so I would have to air dry all my clothes and outside the window.
Yeah.
And then you gotta think all that shit, the wind blowing, everything that the wind blowing through the air, that's on your clothes.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's definitely something that you want to put mandatory in there. Um, you kind of want to talk about your live situation as far as how many people you living with. Don't leave that vague because you got teams that try to squish you into a room with about five of your teammates and y'all living in the same house. So you definitely want to get your living situation figured out because that's where you're gonna be 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Overseas, you ain't about to be outside and mingling all the time. It depends on where you at, but typically you're gonna be pretty much stationed in the house going to practice. And so you want to make sure your living situation is comfortable. Um, but yeah, make sure you got, I say, washer, dryer, bed, TV. That's important. Wi-Fi is so important. Don't
Yes.
don't take no contract without no Wi-Fi. Like tell them get Wi-Fi because that's how you stay in contact with people.
Yeah, definitely.
Overseas without Wi-Fi is like hell. Like you know what I mean? That's just torture. Especially you can't talk to your family. So you want to definitely make sure you get that Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I know. My friend that was playing, he had to get his own Wi-Fi because he said they didn't give him Wi-Fi initially, and he was struggling. Like he was like, being in jail basically out there. So yeah, definitely got to have that Wi-Fi, or you're gonna be just cut off
Definitely.
from the rest of the world. Uh, so what are some red flags about a team, or some red flags in a contract you feel like you can point out?
Man, red flags. Red flags in a team. I would say if they have a high turnover rate in players, like
Mm,
you get some teams where like I had a team in Luxembourg, which isn't a bad league too, to start off in, but they had like four or five players, American players, like switch over, but before January. You know what I mean? The league started in August, September, and y'all had four Americans come in and out of there. Like that's a red flag because now like them Americans guys want to play overseas. So if they
mm,
really going home, that just means that for one, they ain't happy with the situation. They got a bad living situation. They ain't getting paid. The coaches fucked up something on. So you got to kind of look at that. Um, and definitely, I mean, to find out about any situation you're going into, I always suggest, man, go ahead and find out the player that was playing there the previous season. I
yeah.
always do that personally. Like, I find a dude who was playing on that team, and I just kind of hit him on Facebook, like, hey, bro, tell him my name, tell him, hey, bro, I just got an offer from a team. I saw you was there last year. Can you give me any type of input on how what you felt about the situation? Did it help you? What you think about the coach, etc. And I mean, talking to other overseas hoopers, that's really going to give you a good understanding of what you're getting yourself into.
So you got any other tips or any other tools out there for athletes to use?
Man, top of my head, uh, man, just don't sit back, man. Like I get a lot of dudes who contact me, man, and one problem I see in a lot of guys, man, is just like they're afraid to like they want it, but they're afraid to put themselves out there all the way. There's guys out here who depending on their agents too much. You know what I mean? If you do got an agent, I think sometimes people can use it as a crutch. A lot of hoopers, they'll be like, man, my agent ain't bringing none. And I'll be like, yo, that's the craziest excuse I've ever heard. Like, bro, I've never depended on an agent. Like, that was just never my thing. Like, I always took pride in being my own agent. And that's why, even making a YouTube channel, it wasn't like I knew more than everybody else. It's just like, yo, I had to kind of get it the hard way to get overseas. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I wasn't coming from D1 or I wasn't coming from no big school. I didn't have no big, winning record in college. Like I had to really kind of grind my way to get a contract, And so a lot of guys don't really understand the grind you got to put into, coming from an underdog. I'm always putting that underdog stance on it because it's like, you feel me? You coming from the bottom, man. You gotta find a way to do it, and you can't make excuses. You can't blame people.
Before we end this, I want to talk more about your channel and your brand. So just give us a rundown on that and what you see going forward with it.
So for the channel, man, I started the channel. Man, I don't even know how many years at this point. It was probably when I first went to Spain or got back from Spain. But it was one of those years, and I was just kind of like thinking in my head. Me and my homie was talking, and he was just like, "Bro, what if you was just recording yourself since high school/college, and you just yourself all the way through your basketball career?" He was like, "That should have been the dopest shit ever." And I was like, "Damn, I wish I would have did that." You know what I mean? That was a good ass idea. And then I was thinking like, shit, I'd rather just start it now. And so I actually got a G League opportunity. And then when I got back from training camp, I kind of just started it off. I just made a video on my iPad. You know what I mean? The video was trash. But I was just like, whatever, like, I'm just kind of just go in here and just talk and just start it off. Like, I did have to be my own agent for a while. I did have to kind of get it from the bottom. So it's like, why not kind of just preach to these guys? And, even like I said, one year when I went to Australia, I kind of just kept recording, just showing everybody how I was living, showing them my house, showing them, what I was doing every day. And so it's just like, whatever way to, put some inspiration out there.
You said you have a brand, right? What's the name of your brand?
Underdogs Productions is the name of it.
Okay, so and what all that goes into that? Like, what is all? Is it just clothing or is it like media? Like, what exactly is your brand about?
Right. So the reason I put it productions is because like I'm working on I actually filmed a documentary last summer. And so like been kind of working on that. That takes a lot of time,
Yeah,
So I've
definitely.
been kind of working on that. And so I'm tying that into the Underdogs production. But the brand, the overall meaning of the brand, bro, is just like um pride in coming from underdog perspective. You know what I mean? I think sometimes a lot of guys think of it like almost like being ashamed of it, like, damn, I'm coming from here, like almost feeling bad for yourself. But
Yeah.
instead, it's just like, you got a tougher battle, which means that, you're going to come out a little bit tougher than, another person would. You got a lot more experience. And so it's just like taking pride in being an underdog. Like, yeah, man, you're going to be built stronger. You're going to have harder tests, but that's just part of your journey. You can handle it. And so it's just taking that pride in, the underdog perspective.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I always consider myself an underdog. I know when I got to college, I was coming from a small high school, small town in Alabama. People, joke on
Yeah.
me about where I'm from, and I just feel like it just means a whole lot more because I got to the same place with a whole lot less resources. So I definitely rock with that brand, bro, and I definitely wish you much success with that. I want to give you the opportunity right here if you want to say anything else to any of the viewers. Do you have anything else you want people to know that's coming out for you or anything? Just plug yourself, whatever you got to do right now.
Oh, well, first things first. Right now with the brand, I got a clothes. It's an apparel brand. The Underdogs Productions is an apparel brand. It's multimedia as well, so I kind of got the channel under that as well. But for the apparel aspect of it, right now I'm just kind of focusing on just one particular part of it, and then I'm just building as I go. But right now I just got the socks going, and so I got some different variations of Underdog socks. I've been kind of just letting those rock out. I know, especially being a hooper, the big thought of that was just like, yo, hoopers, we love socks.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean? You going through about 2 or 3 pair of socks. If you got like 2 or 3 workouts in a day, you're gonna go through some socks. And
Yeah.
so it's just like it's less of an investment as well. You know what I mean? Get me just coming out with some t-shirts. Yeah, I could do that. That can be an investment for some guys. You know what I mean? Wearing a t-shirt out, it's like where I want you to wear it. I do want to wear it to the club, and so it's just like socks ain't a big investment. You can always throw them on and just like
Hmm.
repping from, just from your feet. But then I'm moving up. So then I'm going to start doing right now, I'm working on some headbands, getting those going. I got some apparel. I got some jumpsuits coming. I also got some T-shirts, some dry fit stuff, just kind of some workout gear to kind of just, let people represent the underdog brand. But that's been going on for about a year as far as the apparel. So the channel, man, the biggest thing I'm building the channel right now for is just like I'm getting this documentary ready, bro. And the documentary is going to be about just overseas Vegas camp, trying to go overseas camp, exposure camp. And so basically during the documentary, what I'm doing is I'm literally filming I got my videography with me, but I'm filming myself at this camp. And so basically, like, no gimmicks on the shit. You know what I mean? It's like straight up my personal experience, what I'm doing. So I'm literally playing games. I'm actually going game to game, just giving my experience, asking agents, asking coaches, asking other players their opinion on the camp. And so I know a lot of guys turn to exposure camps for the summer months when they don't have a job. And so it's a missing attribute in the game. Nobody really knows if they work, if they don't work. And so I'm kind of trying to, shed light to that part of the overseas basketball community.
Okay, man, that's really dope, man. I wish you much success on that stuff. That's all really good stuff,
Appreciate
bro.
that, brother.
And if you ever need anything from me or anybody that you see it appear on my channel, this is why, like I said, it's supposed to be a network. So just hit us up. If you want to do some more collaborative content in the future, definitely hit us up, bro. But I definitely want to wish you much success, much health, and bless you and your family, bro. I appreciate you being a guest on the podcast.
Appreciate it. Hey, keep doing your thing, bro. This dope content you out here, you putting out, man. You reaching out, you doing what you're supposed to do, and you building your brand, and you also, continue to go on with your playing career. But I think every hooper should just have a brand or some type of anything that they're doing on the side in order to build themselves up. And I think it makes you more attractive to a lot of these teams too when you got you're showing that you're more than just a basketball player. As Bron says, more than an athlete. So, salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Keep doing your thing. Just stay consistent with it, bro, and that shit'll grow. And next thing you know, you'll look up, man, and you feel me? You're gonna be building an empire. So keep doing your thing, fam.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. Have a good rest of the day, man.
All right, bro.
All right.